Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose and this is my review for Top Gun Maverick, the movie, the sequel. 36 years in the making. Of course, Top Gun, one of the greatest movies of all time. God damn it, I don't care what anybody says. Starring the great Tom Cruise, everyone's favorite naval aviator, if you will. And this one, as a Top Gun fan, I was really excited about when I first heard about the idea of bringing this to the sequel. But I was a little bit skeptical as well because we've seen these sequels which with so much time in between the original release. In this case, 36 years is a long fucking time. And a lot of these movies just fall flat. They don't really make it for whatever. Well, there's a lot of reasons for it. But so I was cautiously optimistic about this. Now, this was screened actually a couple of weeks ago at CinemaCon, and I got a lot of positive reviews. So it got me back excited about seeing this film. And after watching, I gotta say, listen, I really enjoyed this, man. It's just really good. It's a good, fun, entertaining, pure popcorn entertainment. A perfect, I say perfect, but a great summer film. Has its flaws, but overall, I really enjoyed this ride. And what I like, a lot of things to like about it, but I like how they didn't try to retread what they did in the original, right? This isn't Tom Cruise going back to Top Gun, and there's a bunch of new hot shots vying for the top prize and all that. And nothing like that. It actually takes something a lot different. We have here Tom Cruise, who's has a new love interest, and Jennifer Connelly, who's of course always great. And yes, he's sent back to Top Gun. Obviously, he's still a captain after all these years because he kind of thumbs his nose up at authority. That's who he is. But he's got a chance to go back to Top Gun, but not to teach new students, but more to prepare and train a group of former Top Gun graduates for an incredibly dangerous mission. Because it's Top Gun, of course, the mission's incredibly dangerous. That's what it's all about. It's a near suicide mission here, and Tom Cruise has to get this new team ready. So this movie does a good job of mixing in some of the old with the new, right? In terms of nostalgia, this is nostalgia porn, right? I mean, it's beginning sequence. You hear that song, you hear in the original film. You got the danger zone kicking in. That gets the juices flowing, nothing else. But things with Goose, and we have an appearance by Val Kilmer, reprising his role as Iceman. Now he's an admiral, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And we haven't seen Val Kilmer in a while. I was a big fan of Val Kilmer. Obviously, he's got a lot of health issues, and which is why we don't see him on screen anymore. But he got to be in this film. He has a really one major scene, but it's a really good scene with Tom Cruise. I really enjoyed how that came about. It's very emotional. I really liked that a lot. But does a good job of blending in the old with the new. We got this new fighter pilots that are brought in, to be trained for this mission. Tom Cruise has to get them ready because these guys haven't seen combat to this level yet. So there's a lot of cool, fun characters in there. We go to this headline by Miles Teller, who ends up, of course, playing the Goose's son. Goose, of course, Maverick's flight partner who tragically passed away in the film. So there's obviously a history between the characters, and not a good one as the more you get into. So they have to kind of overcome that to help overcome the mission at the end of the day. So I like that aspect of it here. And listen, man, and then let's be honest, you watch Top Gun because you want to see some fucking jets flying around kicking ass, right? And you get plenty of that here, especially some of the early sequences where they're in the training missions, and Maverick's teaching these new dogs, or new tricks, if you will, showing him who's the man and why he's still Maverick, for Christ's sake. And those are very enjoyable. But yeah, it's really the third act which really just takes center stage here. The third act is great, and a couple of reasons why. One of them is, again, we know Tom Cruise. Everybody who knows him, he believes in bringing the most authentic experience to the theater watcher, right, to the movie watcher. So he's out there. He trained to be a fighter pilot in the F-18s, what they use in the film. That's what he does, right? He's on the side of the plane, jumping off the building in Dubai. He does it all, and his dedication is second to none. But a couple of cast members were there afterwards at the screen. They talked about how they all went to that training. They all have to be approved by the Naval Academy. So there's a lot of things that they have to go through and endure to be able to fly these planes. So they learn how to fly the planes, and that's actually them in some of the scenes in the cockpits. There's very little CGI here, and I love that because what you see is what's actually going on. And the scenes the cinematography is fantastic, the sound design, all that. But the third act it's exciting, seeing the dog fighting and what they're able to do. It's awesome. It's great. It's like edge of your seat kind of stuff. You cheer at the end. Yeah, when they win. Listen, there's no big surprises here. We know who's going to win, who's going to make it out alive, and et cetera, et cetera. But it's done so well, right? It's so much fun to watch that. And it's the little kid inside me is like, man, seeing the fighter jets flying around, that's some cool shit. But it's so well shot. I can only imagine what this looks like on IMAX. I wish I would have seen IMAX. Obviously, maybe I would down the road. But yeah, I mean, this must look amazing. That third act is worth the price of admission in itself. So as a Top Gun fan, if you're a Top Gun fan, I think there's no way you don't enjoy this film. Gives you that good mix of old and new. The suiting it up, getting back in the air. I love that kind of crap. But if you're not familiar with Top Gun, haven't even seen the original, shame on you, number one. But if you just want to go in there without seeing the first one, you can. I think you're still gonna get some enjoyment out of it because it is a fun time. It's a good time, good entertaining popcorn film. It's not a great film. It's not a fantastic film. It's not the greatest film of all time, but it's a good, entertaining summer film. It's exactly what you want to see, right? When May kicks off, usually technically the summer season kicks off when it comes to movies. Only real complaints are, something like Jennifer Connelly, who I love Jennifer Connelly. I think she's great. And she's not bad here, but I think her character is kind of unnecessary. I get why she's there, but ultimately I could have done without her. And the movie, I don't think would have skipped a beat for the most part. But that's just me. But again, ultimately, this is a very, it's not a deep film. But again, it's Top Gun. It's not trying to be. It doesn't have to be, right? It just has to be fun and entertaining and look great. That's exactly what this movie does. Sets out to accomplish it and then nails it. So it's a high recommend for me. So if you guys watch it, comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.